Okay, ji. So again, I need to draw it. Okay. Now here, y period minus y actual square. Okay. Now I am just taking for example value of 3m, 0, 0.5 and 1. We will calculate j 0, j 0.5 and j1. Okay, that is our goal, just to show you that error will be minimum on which point. Okay, so for j equal to 0 means m equal to 0. Okay, what will be our line equation? It will be y equal to 0. So if you calculate j0, what will be it? Here m is number of point here. Okay, don't get confused with that. Actually, here I did a mistake in marking m. M is, this m is different, or rather you make it I equal to 1 to some any other n. You take it n. This is not slope, this is number of point. So number of point here is n is equal to 3 here. Okay. Now what we'll do, 2 into 3, n value is 3. Now someone tell me, okay, what is the value of here y predicted for y equal to 0? This is your line equation. Okay, for first point x equal to 1, what is your y predicted value? Please be fast, because if again power goes, huh?
Predicted value is 0.
Correct. So okay, 0, and actual value is
1.
okay. So 1 minus 0, if you do here n square, it will be 1 square. Correct.
Correct.
For second point, what will be the value?
2 square.
2 square.
2 square. Same way 3 square, right? So this will come 14 by 6, roughly 2.3. Now j is equal to 1. Okay, for m equal to 1. Now for m equal to 1, your equation will be y equal to x. Okay, now tell me, for first point, what is the predicted value?
0.5.
Predicted value. If you this is your y equal to x. So if your x is 1, what is your y predicted value?
1.
1. And what is your, this is actual, and what is your actual value?
It's also 1.
So 1 minus 1. Okay, plus. Now for second point,
2 minus 1 square.
Sorry, what?
2 minus 1 square, right?
Why 2 minus 1 square? Your y predicted is what? When your x equal to 2, what is your y predicted?
2.
Correct. And what is your actual y?
2.
2.
Okay.
Yeah, sorry. Yeah.
No problem. Now for x equal to 3, what is your y predicted?
3.
3.
And
3
what
minus
is your
3.
3 minus 3. Yeah, 3 minus 3.
So what is here? This is 0, correct?
Correct.
So J0 we got 2.3, J1 we got 0. Now we'll calculate one more, 0.5. Now 0.5. So my equation y pred will be 1 by 2x. This is fine.
Yes.
Right. Now tell me, what for x equal to 1, what is y predicted?
0.5.
Correct.
0.5, right?
And what is actual?
1.
1. You square this. Now for x equal to 2, what is y predicted?
1.
1,
Minus
2.
2,
plus x equal to 3. What is y predicted?
3 by 2. 1.5.
1.5.
1.5 minus 3, right? Square. When you calculate this, it will come how much? Around 3.5 divided by 6. Okay. It will come something greater than 0.6 around maybe. So J0 value came 0. J1 came how much? No, J0 is 2.3.
2.3.
J1 is 0 and J.5 is 6. So this is 1, this is 0.5, and maybe this is 0. So here J of 1 came how much? 0. So this is touching the line actually. Okay. And this J.5 came how much? 0.6, and J of 0 came somewhere around. So you can see that J1 is minimum. So that's what I want to show you, that for this reading, your M is coming 0. M is coming 1. For M equal to 1 means with your logic, this J1 will come minimum. This is clear to everyone what I want to show here.
Yes, Rishi.
Yes, Rishi.
J, Rishi, J.
Yes, Rishi.
So you can do one thing now for revision, or what you do for X and Y. For this one, okay, this is your reading. Now by logic you already know that this will be your real equation. Okay, so for M equal to 2 you will get the minimum value. Just try to calculate J for M equal to 0, 1, 2 and 3. At 4 point we just try to calculate the value of J, just for your own assignment. Okay, then you will understand that what is happening, why this Jm is nothing but your error. Okay, everyone.
Yes.
Okay, so this is clear to everyone. This is the most important topic. Okay, so this is the algorithm. Okay, so here now the algorithm of gradient descent. Okay, when our hypothesis, this is called hypothesis. Okay, for linear regression. Okay, this is for linear regression, simple linear regression, y equal to c plus mx. Okay, same can be written y equal to theta naught plus theta 1x. Okay, so j of theta 1 is theta 0 plus theta 1x. Okay, Now same we do what to say, differentiate, okay, and we try to find out this theta j. Theta j is nothing but your 0 and 1, two different theta. In our previous, when we tried to understand, we made c or equal to theta z 0 equal to 0. Okay, and just we try to understand from m was nothing but theta 1. Okay, so we, when the gradient descent, when you run in program, okay, behind the screen what will happen, it is a iterative, means it will go in loop, it will keep on calculating. So every time for each theta 0 and theta 1, this value it will keep on repeating. So when I showed you this, okay, instead of m, now I'm writing theta 1 and this is j theta 1. Okay, same way in real scenario for 0 also, theta 0 also, it will do the same thing. Okay, so if you are having two coefficient theta 0 and theta 1, for both it will do, and both this value will be calculated. Okay, and it is simultaneous update because you don't want to calculate this theta 0 and then put theta 0 into theta 1. Okay, you calculate theta 0 and theta 1 at same time, then you again go into loop and again calculate this theta 0 and theta 1. Okay, so this simultaneous update, remember one word, simultaneous update. If you are not able to understand this simultaneous update, for this time you can leave it. Okay, this is not easy to understand why it is doing simultaneous update, but I am just trying to explain that. Understand this j theta 0 and theta 1, okay, whatever value coming from previous iteration theta 1 and theta 0, those value you need to put. Whatever you are calculating here in this loop theta 0, you should not use this theta 0 to put into theta 1. Okay, so this theta previous value you should put, not the current value. So this is why we do simultaneous update in gradient descent. So this is the whole algorithm of gradient descent. Okay. Repeat until convergence, means until you find your minimum. Okay. Now one more concept I want to explain here. Learning rate. Okay. So as I said, at this point we were doing m minus j of theta and j of m. Okay. Now what happened? Suppose this term is very, very big. What you are subtracting from m is very big. So if this term is very big, what happened? Instead of coming to this point, you may directly come this point. There's a possibility. If the term is very big, this term, you will come directly here. Okay. And again, this point, if the term is big, when you do, because you are on the left hand side of this point, now this time it will be plus. So again, if this value is very big, it may come somewhere else here. So what happens, if this term is coming big, it will keep on jumping here and there. Okay. So we need very small subtraction or addition, then only you will reach to this point, right? So for that, what we do, we use a term called alpha, learning rate. So if your term is very big, we multiply by 0.001 with alpha, so that this big term becomes small and it will go slowly. This is understandable, everyone? We are having 9 minutes. So if you have question, you ask me. Yeah. Okay. Now, if this term is very small, okay, what will happen? J minus this term. Okay. If this term is small, what will happen? Suppose you are at this point. You are from M, you are subtracting a very, very small point. So what will happen? It will be here. It may take thousands of iteration to reach this point. So it will be very small step it will keep on taking. So you will get your gradient descent after many iteration. So what will happen at this point? You make your learning rate bit big, like 10 or 5, depending on the case. So this happens. We set a learning rate also depending on our their algorithms are there to try different value of learning rate. So this is the function of learning rate in this gradient descent. Any question on this? I will stop here only. Now everyone can unmute and speak something. I think people, no one is speaking anything.
So ऋषि जी ये इक्वेशन आया है ना m माइनस जो आपने भी राइट लिखा था
हाँ हाँ
वो इक्वेशन कैसे है? अच्छा ये वाला जो अपना एल्गोरिदम से निकाला है क्या ये वाला?
हाँ जी algorithm.
थीटा जे
हाँ ये वही है जो m माइनस वो मैं बता रहा था ना आपको. ये थीटा j is nothing but your, this is your m. M is equal to theta 1 and theta 0 is equal to c. Okay, so that point was m minus alpha into this is nothing but okay, and same way because I just considered theta 0 equal to c equal to 0, but in real term this is not 0, right? So theta 1, this in algorithm terms I am putting this what you say dot before this 0 equal to for simultaneous update. Okay, so theta 0 will be theta 0 minus alpha into j of theta 0 by delta theta 0. Okay, so these two value in our case the algorithm will run for theta 1 and theta 0 multiple times till it get minimum error for both. It will find both values. Clear to everyone here? I'm asking last time. Right?
Rishi ji, here the job of alpha is like to slow down or speed up, like to reduce the number of iterations.
Yes, correct. That is to learning rate. It is called as learning rate. If your this value is big, then alpha learning rate should be small. And if it is very small, this this term, then learning rate will be little bit big. That is the function of learning rate. Okay.
And one question here is like, why are we having like why are we calculating 2 times theta here, like theta 1 and theta 2?
Okay. Okay. See, our line equation is y equal to mx plus c. Okay, m is theta 1 and c is theta 0. So we for the line equation, we
coefficients,
need, yes.
Got it.
In our example, when I was trying to explain you, I considered this as a 0, so that you, for one coefficient you understand the problem. So same way it tries to find out both the coefficient. Okay.
Got it. Got it.
Any other question? So we started from 20 people, 10 people dropped off. This is a little bit mathematics, so I can understand that.
So even I am also facing a lot of difficulty to digest all this thing, but trying to recall all the concepts we have
Yeah.
used earlier.
Yes.
So
Yeah.
one or two iterations, I think, will be on the same platform, I believe.
Right. So, Vivek ji, what happened with me also, this concept, it took me a couple of times actually. It took me long time to understand this. When you are having full confidence that you got it, it will take some time. Okay, so this recording, whatever we did today, is very long. Okay, so to watch it again and again, you can go to my that Udemy course recording for gradient descent. It is 20 minutes. Okay, so you watch that video couple of times. Plus, on internet, you do little bit search for gradient descent algorithm. Okay, so you try to see maybe on YouTube couple of videos with different trainer also. Maybe somewhere you will watch multiple times, then only you will understand this. What I want to say. It is not easy. If you are not able to understand in first go, that is perfectly normal. If you understood everything, then you are really a abnormal. I mean, you are very good in mathematics. Very good. Okay. So this happened with me also. It's not easy to understand. But it will not stop you to learn further machine learning. Okay, no one maximum courses don't go into gradient descent because people don't understand this. Okay, so don't think that if you're not able to understand, so now machine learning is waste. From tomorrow you will not attend the class. Fine, everyone.
Ji Rishi ji.
So after this session, have a cup of tea. You will feel better.